He said that Jews had no duty to be saddened by the fire.
Right.
And he also said that Christianity is our #1 enemy throughout history.
Wow.
He's laying down a red line.
That's his statement.
That's his statement.
He just said Christianity is the #1 enemy of Jews throughout history.
Enemy.
Well, that's, that's a very divisive statement. And when he's declaring Christianity and Christians to be enemies of Israel.
What do you
Rick, that specific
It
statement.
doesn't, see, this is the part the Christian Zionists, they either don't know it or they don't want you to know it. They don't want people to know what the rabbis in Israel really think of the Christian Zionists in America.
You say that, and that's what the Pope thought back in the 1200s when we had this trial. That's what he was alluding to, these burnings. Edward has some history on that.
Yeah, so we're going to finish off the quotes, I think, from Rabbi Shlomo Avner. You know, Rick, that statement he said about Christianity being #1 enemy, he actually said that in response to the question, does Christianity deserve punishment for everything they've done to us? That's what he was asked that prompted that. And I actually went on in that statement. We went to the original interview. He said that there is no mitzvah, which means command, religious duty, to seek out Christian churches beyond Israel and burn them down. In our Holy Land, things are more complicated. Indeed, the rabbi, or the Satmar, wrote that one of his reasons against immigration to Israel is that here the command to burn churches applies, but it isn't exercised, and therefore being in Israel without burning churches is prohibited. So he goes on to say here, okay.
There's so many things.
You know, from a Jewish point of view, where we don't believe in the divinity of Christ, I think that there you can make an argument that the Gospels, which were written,
he was just a prophet, and
No, we don't even believe he was a prophet.
What do you think he was? What do you guys think?
What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble, just like a lot of other Jews at that time who were crucified for trying to lead revolts against the Roman and got killed for their trouble.
There's no command to burn
There's no commandment that Jews have to burn churches outside of Israel, but in Israel, Jews are commanded to burn down churches.
And if they don't do it, they're not good Jews.
And they shouldn't be allowed to immigrate to Israel.
And now we're not making this up. We're not creating this out of thin air. We're reading the
Times of Israel.
Times of Israel saying this.
It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. I mean, you want to talk about hate speech? This is anti-Christian hate speech by a Jewish rabbi.
This is not,
it's literally inflammatory speech.
It's not Judeo-Christian?
Like inflame a fire.
Yes.
Truly inflammatory. Because he's saying that Jews have an obligation to burn down Christian churches inside Israel. You want to know, I'm telling you, this radical Zionist movement that Benjamin Netanyahu is leading is going to become more radical and dangerous in the months and years ahead. Their nation-state law, I'm telling you, they're going to drive all Christians out of Jerusalem, out of the West Bank, out of Gaza. They're going to take over all of the churches. They're going to take over Bethlehem. They're going to take over all of the sites. And then they're going to defile them.